Hey guys, it is me, Laddie here, back with another Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 video. And then I think earlier this week, I don't know which one came out first, but I reviewed the entire story, just talking about, the entire story for Chapter 2 and everything that happened in there. Well, in today's video, we're just going to be going and reviewing the entire chapter, talking about the gameplay, the models, and how everything really played out. And, just really talking about everything that happened in the chapter. So, spoilers also avoid for the story and everything like that. You don't want to get spoiled for the story, and then you don't want to get spoiled for the game just in case you haven't played it yet. Please leave now. But if you have played and you just want to see the whole entire story, well, this is the perfect video for you. Not full story, I mean full review. So this is definitely the perfect video for you. So without further ado, let's go and talk about the game. So after having an amazing opening cutscene with that amazing live action animation, I definitely do think it's way better than Chapter 1. And before we even start off the video, I gotta say that Chapter 2 is definitely 1,000% times better than Chapter 1. It's so much longer, and the price may be $10, not $5 like the original chapter is. But this chapter is actually really long and really good when it comes to the voice acting, the models, the animation, just everything, even the puzzles. This entire chapter is legit the perfect Poppy Playtime that we could have ever asked for. And I guess that's why everyone started switching their mind with the controversy after seeing this game, even though they already talked about it and apologized it. I'm still definitely going to be a Poppy Playtime fan, but if you don't not support the game, that's definitely okay. You don't really have to support the game if you don't feel like it's right. But I definitely don't. I feel like that what's going on, they're not doing anything now. That was all old stuff that people get really digging up on. The only thing that's new is just the NFTs that they already said they're giving the money away. And also the whole mocking them, trying to make money on plush and stuff like that. I feel like they're just doing that so all the fake companies don't make it first. But let's actually talk about the game. The chapter is obviously way more better. The introduction is a lot better, and it just throws you into the action because you already know what to do from Chapter 1. So, it's really great. And when I talk about animation, as you guys can definitely see here, all the scenes that comes to Mommy Longlegs and all the other characters, the animation is really amazing. The story also gets a lot more detailed here where we find out Poppy's true intent, and also Mommy Longlegs, her whole character, her personality, and learning a lot more about the studio. So the story is also a lot better with the animation and, the models. But now let's actually talk about the gameplay and, some of the puzzles. So definitely the whole entire puzzles are really great. Every time you go, there's 3 sections of the game. When you first, actually multiple sections, but after you finally go and enter the train, the PlayStation is when it starts the 3 sections. Section 1 is when you have to go and do one puzzle to get into the room, another puzzle to actually play the game, the mini game, then you play another puzzle to actually escape the room. You have to do that, and then that's just one section. Then you got another section doing puzzles to escape, puzzles to get in, the whole entire actual mini game itself that's really fun. So when it comes to puzzles and the actual gameplay, it's really fun and different, and they keep switching things up, and as you guys can see up here, the paint textures and the models, man, it's really amazing. And the whole entire green hand, how they can hold electricity for 10 seconds, making it a lot more difficult, adding a different layer to the whole entire puzzles for this chapter, also making it a lot more interesting. And like many YouTubers say, like also the whole that sheep YouTuber, I'm so sorry for I forgot your name, Rampant I think his name, but he also mentioned how Poppy Playtime how they're gonna make Chapter 3 like better than Chapter 2, because Chapter 2 is technically the perfect chapter, and how they really did everything that they really thought of, and how this game is not missing anything. So how can they improve? How can they make a better chapter next time? Well, this time we don't really know how, but they may be able to pull it off. They pulled it off Chapter 2 amazing. Starting off with the first mini game, the first really mini game is Memory Match, and as you guys know from Final Fantasy Security Breach, that was obviously intense in there, right? But to be fully honest, this memory match in Poppy Playtime is actually the most intense memory match I've ever played, because it's not just 4 colors. Later on, they add in violet, they add in orange, they start adding in different colors, and then they add in heart shape, they add in pie, then they add in J, they add in random numbers, random logos, random symbols, and different colors, just trying to mix you up, and you have to turn around, do all this while Bunzo is on top, clapping down, waiting for you to pass. So yeah, this chapter is really tense. I beat it first try after never watching any video on it. I don't know how I did that. I'm terrible at memory games, but I guess I was able to do this one. So this is obviously the best memory match game I've ever played, and definitely for a lifetime. After doing a lot more puzzles, we enter Whack-A-Huggy. Wow, this stage is definitely so... You guys can see here, all the Huggies. You have to push them back. There's so many different Huggies you have to use, and you have to wait a few seconds for your on pack to actually push them back. But obviously, it lasts like a few minutes. I don't know how long. But it's so intense because you have to keep going back and forth and pushing back all those Huggy Wuggies. Just really definitely intense to actually go and play it. But man, that was, first of all, intense. It's like the memory match. It's to look around, but instead of doing remembering it, you just have to survive from Huggy and use hearing, to actually hear if the Huggy's getting close, and to hear which vent he's coming out of. Moving on to the next game, being statues. This one is seriously the most difficult mini game out of this entire game. Even though the boss fight was definitely difficult, statues is just more difficult for me because you can't move sometimes. The hand bugs out and the whole monkey bar section. And even though you're moving, like you're not really moving, but it was still very difficult. You had to time all this precisely. And the whole lights, you can't move when the lights are on, and you could move when the lights are off, like Squid Games. But at that point, it's kind of difficult because they always change. Like sometimes the light's on for longer, sometimes the lights are off for shorter. It's just that it keeps switching randomly, so you can't really predict when the lights are going to turn out, and you could be making a wrong mistake. And definitely in the whole puzzle, right, even though it's easy hard mode, you have to go backwards, bro. That's what I did because I couldn't see anything in this tube, so I just went backward, and then that's how I made my way through. But this is definitely extremely difficult until you finally escape to the boss fight. That's even more difficult. So guys, yes, like I also said, the boss fight. First of all, after seeing some amazing animation and doing other puzzles, to actually get here, we get the amazing transformation scene of seeing Mommy Longlegs fully losing it. She just can't handle leaving and like someone else leaving again. So she just fully goes on board and plays the last game, being hide and seek. Even though we sadly don't actually play hide and seek, after solving a lot more puzzles, and Mommy always keeps changing it up. It's the last level they had to pull when you get the final chase from Mommy Longlegs. So yes, you have to keep on running, and the half the stuff is covered up in cobwebs. A whole bunch of different long hands comes out where she's like all screaming, making a whole bunch of different noises every single time you play. I got stuck here too. It was like really sad. But then after chasing down, you have to jump down like this whole area. I didn't know what to do the first time I played, but after playing multiple times because I lost here so much times, you hop to the sewers where you have to go obviously the wrong way. I mean the right way. It tells you which one's the wrong way from the being a hand. But the last way, it's super hot to mess up here. But you have to grab the pole right on time. Grab it up around Mommy Longlegs is still chasing you down. It's also really tense. You don't know how to actually turn. You have to grab this, get enough momentum to actually make it through here. And this is when Mommy finally stops chasing you down. But it's also not the end of the chase scene. You have to pull this lever and then open up this gate where you go make it down this long corridor until you get the final blue hand where you go and touch that. And after you go touch the blue hand is when the door's opening up, but also Mommy Longlegs is still chasing you. After entering the room and pulling the lever and getting, Mommy Longlegs' hand stuck in the whole, little shredder, this is when Mommy Longlegs finally gets defeated. She could have easily won this too by, her hand ripped off, but then her leg gets stuck in because she was trying to get her hand out. So if she gets waited and played, she could have possibly survived. But at the end, Mommy Longlegs comes to the end. Unlike Huggy Wuggy, we don't know if there's more than just one of them. We don't know if this is the only one. But after that, we finally see the prototype. Experiment, I think it said 900 and something. But this is what everyone thinks is Ludwig, the main dude that made the whole toy factory. They think it's him in there, but nobody actually knows at this point. But after seeing Mommy get dragged away by, the prototype, you go and escape and make your way to the train after saving Poppy and getting the last code. But beside that, after doing this whole entire puzzle here, the one thing that I definitely found weird is when I actually played the game, I saved and got the codes, even though the second code and third code is just like, yeah, I'm not in the inventory anymore, yay, and disappears from my inventory. So after finding out that the four patterns are the same and the four colors are all the same, looked up all the YouTube videos, got the exact same patterns or colors, but then the code, it could be any code. So I looked up 1 2 3 4, no repeating, all different different equations, and it's 20 of them. So I started typing them in, and that's how I actually successfully beat this stage. But after finding out the truth about Poppy's true intentions and you breaking the train, finally stopping the train by you crash, and you see a sign entering you to play care. Rather, chapter ends and chapter 3, will begin. So yes, guys, that's it for the full review. I gotta say that chapter 2 is, after even hearing all this, there's so many different things to do. The chapter never really gets boring since there's so many different fun new things to do, and that's why I really don't think they can really outdo themselves. It's how are they gonna make chapter 3 better than this? This is actually, I think, peak Poppy Playtime. So I have no idea, and the developers definitely did an amazing job putting all the animation, the models, the textures, the gameplay. Everything in this game is truly amazing. I love the new grappling feature, and I love the new green hand. I wonder if we'll be able to get the red hand back, or the red hand's fully gone forever, because the red hand was technically just like the green hand, but then, I mean, like the blue hand, but the blue hand is a different color, and it can open up different color doors. I definitely do think that the red hand's gonna be fully gone from now on. We're never gonna get it back, and we'll just be sticking with the blue and the green. But I do think maybe in the next chapter, the red hand, blue, how did I say green? I think the blue hand may actually disappear and be replaced by something else like the green hand, but then no more blue and red. That's what my little theory is, but tell me guys in the comments below, what do you guys do think about Chapter 2? I do have the whole entire gameplay on my channel with no commentary and commentary playing the game, so if you're interested in seeing the whole entire gameplay, I only played for like 1 hour and 20 minutes, so it's kind of a short gameplay compared to, other people. But, you can tell me guys in the comments below, what do you guys do think, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye.